Guys, welcome back. Welcome back to Sunday Funday. Look who came in. Our rocker panel. Look at this. Old bloody, this whole car was made out of road signs inside. Road signs, license plates, everything. Anyway, scrap. So we got a rocker, so that's what we're doing. We're gonna put a rocker on today. Put a nice rocker panel on, and gonna cut our battery over there, or battery trade bolt on, get rid of that. I don't know what else we're gonna do, but we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun on this Sunday Funday. It's pissing down rain. Well, it's not raining too bad. Yesterday, Saturday, oh my God, had snow mixed in with it. Anyway, that's what we're working on. So I'm gotta get set up here. Gotta get all my welders set up, and haven't even got it plugged in yet. Just was getting going, so hope you all guys had a good week. Mine was okay. Lots on the go here. Got to get a video up for you guys showing you what's going on around the shop. I'm just sorry it was so hectic this week I never got to it. But with that being said, I'm going to figure out where I got to do some cutting and get that sons of bitch off of there. Alright, we're getting her all cut off there. So what I got to do next is drill out the spot welds on top of here, because there's a metal under here that's actually part of the rocker. Get that drilled out and see how we're going to go and start trying to line stuff up. Remember, always take measurements again. If you're doing this, that's where your fender, front fender, lower part of it's going to bolt through. So, oh, you can't really see here. I made a line there, made the line wherever I wanted to. I measured down from that line to the center where the original one, like that, was on there. And I got a measurement of 3.5 inches from the center. And from that T, that center line, is centered with that too. So it gives me a guide point where I got to be with that again. So, doesn't hurt to bring out a tape measure once in a while. Alright, she's fitting pretty good. Still a teeny bit more of messing around here, but I love how that door closes. So remember, like I say, we took a measurement, and you also want to make sure, now when I put this door on, I had lined up identical to the old rocker. And again, you want to make sure your door edge is lined up to your rocker. Okay, so that's lined up. Our measurements are lining up there. It's just a matter of, I got to tap this up a bit more, just a teeny bit, and then I got to drop that side down a little bit because you can see the door gap. There is a door gap all the way along, but it's a little bit too big there, a little too tight there. So where I'm going to start is I'm going to start at the back. I'm going to pull it, bring it forward, do a tack weld, leave it. I'm going to tap that up a bit, make sure my measurement is 100% on from center of center, and then I'll do a tack weld there. Then I'll close all the door up and we'll try. That should be it. Then we start welding the rocker on. But look at that. That just makes me so happy. I mean, this car now, as far as I can see, is rust-free from the firewall back, except it needs a floor. No big deal, just need a whole floor pan. Oh God, yeah, I should be able to bang that out in an hour, right? They do it on TV all day long. Just ask all these people watching these shows, reality TV. Not. Well guys, we got her lined up where she needs to be. Whoops. Let's drop the old camera there. So now we're just going to do our welding up in here and welding down here. Get her welded up in there and away we go. But yeah, we got it all lined up. It's looking good. I'm happy about that. And then I should go through, really, I should go through this car and go through all this shit in here. It's just, I try and keep everything with my vehicle so I know where it's at, right? That's what I'm trying to do anyway. Rather than in miscellaneous sheds all over the yard. I don't have a lot here for this car, so. But we'll keep plugging away. But we'll get this welded up and we'll show you in a bit here when it's all done with the door closed. Okay, there we go. Rocker panel is on. Nice gap, but I don't know if you can see. It's pretty dark in here, but it's got a beautiful gap. It actually matches the other side all the way across. All welded up, done, finished. So I'm going to, there's still a few things I'm going to be going around on the car today, cleaning a few things up. Like, if you all remember, I could never find my latch here. Never did find it. No, I got a new one. I can't find it, so I ordered another one. Screw it. And we all know what's going to happen. When the new one arrives, I'll find the old one. We've all done it. We've all misplaced something, and I know it's here somewhere, but between every shop I've got around here, that piece I just cannot find. But anyway, I got to clean up here all these old grind welds where I had this originally, this tacked in place. So I'm going to clean that up now, vacuum out the car, go through all the stuff in there, tidy all that up, get stuff organized and cleaned up, and then from there I'll figure out what I'm going to do. Probably after that, I'll be cutting off this piece over here. We'll cut this off because, like I say, I'm not running the battery under the hood. I don't want it here. It would sit here. I just don't want it here. I want it gone. Another thing I'm going to do, I've got one out back. It's not the one for this car, but I'm just going to try it. I am going to be putting, like I said, the one thing I'm going to change, I'm going to put disc brakes on this car. I've got a power booster with a bracket, but it's not from this car, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm going to hold it up there just to make sure where this engine's sitting, we got clearance at the valve covers. So I want to make sure that. If not, I can play with mounts. I still can play with them. That's where they were supposed to be mounted, but you can always raise them up if you have to. But then when you start raising the mount up, it starts interfering with the exhaust manifold even worse, believe it or not. But anyway, we'll see where we're at. I do like the engine where it is. I'm not worried about the exhaust manifold. It goes in there. It pretty much clears. It's tight. Got to shave a little bit in the corners, but whatever. It goes. So I'm going to do that right now. And then we'll take it from there. Oh, guys, I'm emptying the car out. And I tell you, you can never be too careful. Because I went to grab some parts. And you see, I don't even know where it was now. One of these holes right here, I went to grab some parts. And I fucking was grabbing them, and I guess my finger went in the hole. And I fucking ripped my finger, like it tore it, like it's got to be almost a ½ inch deep. It's like an inch long cut, a ½ inch. Like it's probably, they'd get 3 or 4 stitches in it if I go to the hospital. Anyway, just be careful when you're doing stuff. You never know. My fault there. I wasn't even paying attention. Motherfucker. She bit me! You bit me! Why did you bite me, old girl? I'm making you better. But I guess that's okay. I've been yanking and prying and cutting her and doing whatever, so she just took a little snap at me today. But that's alright. I still love her. Anyway, luckily my wife got home just from grocery shopping as this happened. And I was running in the house because unfortunately the masking tape out here and the electrical tape, my go-to, black electrical tape's the best, just wouldn't stop the bleeding. So anyway, there we go. Well, let's continue on because I refuse to stop. That just is not in my category of stopping, ever. Alright, let's, the plan is empty it out, vacuum it out, and I don't know, organize some shit now. Okay, that's a little better. Got her all cleaned out. I think what I'm going to do right now is I grab the instrument cluster. Don't know if I'll be using this one or not. I might. I like how it's chrome there and it's got no... I might use it. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to change a few things on the dash of this car. But nothing crazy. I'm never going to have windshield wipers. So I'm going to cut this hole out and utilize that hole for a gauge. Never going to have a lighter because I don't smoke. But I will put, believe it or not, somewhere probably in the glove box, I'll put a USB port. Just because we do have cell phones nowadays and, you know, you listen to music on it and that kind of stuff, because I'm not going to have a radio in this car. Not because you probably won't hear it anyway. So anyway, but I will put one in there. I know, I'm just saying that because I knew someone might say, well, your ashtray, your lighter could be used for, you know, plugging in devices, but I don't want that. So I'm going to figure out how it's going to be. I'm going to kind of I'm gonna do some welding here. Because I'm going to have my tack up here. I got my vintage Sun tack, and I've been collecting vintage Sun gauges to go with it. So the one gauge I'm least concerned about, that I'm trying, I mean I want it on my dash, but I'm not worried about eye view, is right here I would put my volt gauge for volts. Then I'd probably do my temperature and my oil pressure right there. Now I could put gauges under the dash. I don't want that. I want them right there. Now try and leave enough room where I want to put probably, I like the original bow tie chrome that goes on there, so I'll have to put that on. And I kind of want to keep an original radio in the car. I like the look of the radios these cars came with, and I can get these new ones later in life that are hooked up to Bluetooth. So I like to do that because I don't want to be like just some guys will just put this all solid gauges. Remember, this is not no race car I'm building. This is 450 to 500 horse of just street fun. So the main gauges I need are going to be, you know, the basic ones: attack, oil, temp, volts. It'd be nice to have a vacuum gauge just to see where the vacuum's sitting at, right? I might do that. But before I get too carried away, like I said I was going to do. So anyway, we got all that cleaned out, and I stacked everything neatly. Went through it all, stacked it all nice and neat in the trunk where it belongs. And I made sure there's enough room so I can get this piece welded in when my latch arrives, so I'm not emptying the trunk again. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go out back and dig through my collection of don't throw it away shit and find my booster just to make sure everything's good there, because I do know that I'm pretty certain this is coming out next weekend and going to be going down to the rebuilder. Pretty certain of that. So I'll go find that and we'll play there. And then the wife tells me I have to come in the house every hour and a half, 2 hours, so she can pour alcohol on my finger. I'd sooner pour it down my throat. But she likes to be the nurse and likes to make sure. But I think honestly, between you and I think she just likes to see me like cringe as she pours stuff in my wound. I think she just is getting pure satisfaction out of it. You know what I'm saying, guys? Okay. Alrighty, it appears that a nice 8-inch power brake booster will work there. Gonna give me room to get the valve cover off. I'm gonna be able to just lift it enough to get it off and then slide it out underneath, which is perfect. I don't know about you, you tell me, you guys. Anybody out there running 7-inch boosters? In all my years of building cars here at the shop, I would say that 75% of the time, for us, 75% of the time when we run a 7-inch power booster, it ends up failing for some reason. It's just useless and garbage. So I stopped a few years back. I won't even put them in. I just put 8-inch and up in. So you tell me what's happening with you guys. I'm not judging here. I'm just saying that 75% of them have been garbage. Haven't lasted like a year even. 8-inch ones and up, no problem. So anyway, that's going to work there, 8-inch. Got my gauge holes cut out where I want them. Be able to utilize my radio still. So I will have my wipers. Even though I wasn't going to run wipers. Not worried about them right away, but you never know. I might get caught in the rain one day. So wipers, headlights, ignition. That's it. And like I said, in the glove box, I will put a USB port in there for charging my cell phone and stuff like that. And that would be good enough. And hopefully we put the gauges in over there. Well, it's a speaker actually, where the clock was an option. I'm going to put a clock in there and get that working. So yeah, shifter obviously is on the floor, so we don't get rid of this column shit. That's it. Heater, I've actually got the original blank out plate there. I ordered one. I found one on eBay. It's on the way to go there and to go on the Firewall on the other side, because we're not going to be running a heater whatsoever. So I'm happy about that. So I think that looks good. That's a good step forward there. So now I'm going to cut this battery bracket tray thing off here next, I think. I'm going to do that. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today. It's almost 5 o'clock. I got that piece cut off that was hanging there for the battery. And then I've started welding up some of the holes you can see. All the excess holes I don't need. So I'll weld pretty much most of them up. And then I'll figure out where I'm going to run holes. Like this one here, I'm going to use that for wiring for the fuse panel. I always make my own holes up. I don't go factory ones. I'll use the one down there for the pedal. I will keep that. I'm going to drill a hole through here, through the back of the engine. I can see the engine in here. This is going to allow me to run any wires down to my starter or my solenoid. Can allow me to wire wires up to my distributor. Keeps it tidy and clean. They're not hanging all over here. Yeah, like I said, we're not running a heater. We don't need that. I decided I will keep the wipers. I was talking earlier about not having it on the dash, but I'm going to keep the wipers because I always get caught in the rain in my cars. Not because I mean to, it's just I drive my cars. You know, I like to have them definitely on the road. May is the go-to for us, May to October down here in the lower mainland. But I like to be, I've been driving the wagon already like in March. So I like to get it going a little earlier, and if I get caught in the rain, so be it. It's only water. It's not going to hurt nothing. So may as well have wipers on there. And if I ever get pulled over, you know, for a vehicle inspect, I got wipers. But they can still get you anyway because you got to have defrost. You have to have defrost. Something to your windshield, but whatever. I'm not going to get pulled over. Fingers crossed. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to head in and address my finger. It's bleeding through on that. I don't know if you can see that, but it's bleeding through on that side. It's a good one. It's a good one. But that's okay. Get that addressed and we'll call it a day. Don't think there's anything new here to show you. Didn't really purchase anything new and put it on the shop. So I got nothing for you right now. But next week I will have stuff for sure because I've just picked up 4 more items that I've been watching, and I was like, yeah, I'll take them. So I gotta go give the dude some money and take them. So next Sunday Funday, we'll give you a video this week, show you what's going on around the shop too. There's lots going on. I've been slacking on the normal videos for customers. I say it's just busy. It's just busy, and I've got so much stuff to do. It's unreal. So it's hard to pick up the camera someday. Anyway, it's always fun, a good time at old time.